students, my name is Shannon and I am a fourth year medical student, an osteopathic medical student actually, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how I study for COMLEX 2. Before we start, I want to talk a little bit about the differences between COMLEX 1 and 2 and USMLE. For COMLEX 2, you usually take it your third year of medical school after your rotations. It's similar to COMLEX 1 in terms of formatting, having the majority be clinical medicine and a part of it having OMT, which is a part of the DO and osteopathic medical school curriculum, but it differs in the type of questions that they ask. So for COMLEX 1, it's mostly about physiology, pharmacology, cell molecular bio, and just understanding the bare foundation of medicine. And then for COMLEX 2, it's mostly about clinical reasoning, critical thinking, how to manage patients, and basically what the next best step are. Question styles for COMLEX and USMLE are vastly different, even though they both have the same clinical medicine that you would use as a physician. It's a little bit different because COMLEX incorporates more of that osteopathic principles, and we also have OMT specific questions. The format for COMLEX 2 is the same as COMLEX 1. There's going to be 352 questions with 4 blocks in the morning and 4 blocks in the afternoon, and a 10-minute break in between every 2 blocks, as well as a 40-minute lunch break. I want everyone to approach COMLEX 2 with more confidence and familiarity because you've already mastered one board exam. This is just going to be reinforcing those test taking strategies, reviewing content that you might have forgotten, incorporating some of those new information you might have learned on rotations. So let's jump into my study methods. The basis of every study methods begins with 2 essential things, which is the content and the question bank. As a third year medical student, you are required to take shells, which are subject exams for each rotation that you do. For osteopathic medical students, these are called COMATs. Studying well for your COMATs and doing a good job on them is reflective of how well you will do on COMLEX. The question styles are very similar, and it's just building upon knowledge as you go throughout the entire year. For me to properly prepare for COMATs and COMLEX, these are the content material that I use. Number 1, online med-ed. It is a great video resource that you can use to review material, learn management, and also it has a specific OMT lesson section, and that helps me review all the OMT I need for test day. And all you have to do is create a free account. The second resource I use is Dirty Medicine OMM YouTube playlist, and he makes a lot of videos for USMLE and COMLEX. So if you have any weak points that he may have a video on, you can check that out. But he also has a specific OMM playlist. I watched it for COMLEX 1 and I watched it again for COMLEX 2. I also take notes on it, and so I was able to use those notes again for COMLEX 2. Now let's talk about the question bank. And my favorite question bank for COMLEX is TrueLearn. This video is sponsored by TrueLearn, but I have used them since first year without their knowledge of my existence. So I can really vouch that their test bank is one of the best. TrueLearn itself is a great question bank. I've heard a lot of residents use it for their specialty exams. I feel that they do a really good job with COMLEX questions as well. What I like about the TrueLearn question bank is that it can be formatted like NBOME. A question bank true testimony of how well they can help you score is based on the way that they write their question and their explanations. And so I think TrueLearn really has those down. They include a lot of pictures and detailed reasoning of why an answer is wrong. They also have a lot of OMT specific questions that you can use. I use TrueLearn throughout the entire year as a question bank for my rotations. They have a COMLEX CE2 tab, but they also have separated specialty by rotation. So there's emergency medicine, there's internal medicine, there's OB-GYN, and the list goes on. And so what I would do is I would actually do the questions for that rotation. So let's say I'm on pediatric rotation. I go ahead and click pediatric and I do all the questions in that TrueLearn question bank. But then I can also go into COMLEX tab and pick out pediatric questions to do there as well. So that's like double the amount of questions that you get. TrueLearn has over 2,300 questions. They also have a lot of analytic markers, like how well you're doing per question and how well you do against the national average on your dashboard. And that's really helpful to see where you're at. There's a lot of personalization and ways that you can pick out specific questions you need to do. In combination with my content studying, I will also do these questions. I did not take any standardized COMLEX practice tests. They're called the COMSA. I did not do any of those, and I feel like I still was able to get a pretty decent score without that. And so I feel like you should just save your money and get a good question bank. It can also show you areas of weaknesses for you, certain questions that you keep missing, and this will kind of help you tailor what you need to focus on in terms of your content review. If you are planning on taking both board exams, meaning COMLEX and USMLE, I really suggest that you get 2 question banks, because some of the contents from UWorld might apply to COMLEX. It is not exactly the same, and the question format and content is not similar. So I would definitely use TrueLearn if you can. If you are interested in getting TrueLearn, I highly suggest you reaching out to your medical school and asking if they will provide it for your class. If not, you can also reach out to your class and see if they would be willing to do a group discount. That's what me and my class did for most of the resources that we wanted to get. If you would like to purchase one today or anytime in the future, I do have a referral link for you. For a limited time, you can get $25 off with my code on any smart banks from TrueLearn. So no matter if you're taking COMLEX, USMLE, or it's for residency, I do get a small commission off of it, but this just supports me so that I'm able to continue making videos like this for you all. If you want a more comprehensive description of each resource that I use for COMLEX 2 and 1, I will go ahead and link my blog post in the description below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please comment down below and talk to me. I would love to help you. Test taking can definitely be anxiety provoking, but I know that you're going to do your best, especially with getting the right resources. So talk to you later.